today. This year, Midshipman John Monroe Johnson was taken from us too soon. I invite you to join me in a moment of reflection as we honor his courage, treasure his memory, and entrust him and all those dear to him to the comfort of the Almighty. Ladies and gentlemen, according to your custom, as you wish, I invite you to join me for prayer. Eternal Father, as we gather to graduate and to commission our class of 2021, we realize that only 4 years ago, these midshipmen arrived at the Naval Academy and marched through the doors of Bancroft Hall to begin a life of study and of service. It was there that they were taught the highest ideals of duty, honor, and loyalty, and prepared for the arduous task of military leadership. May their memories of the Naval Academy always bring happiness and peace to their hearts. May the friendships they formed here sustain them throughout their lives. And may their service to America make our country stronger. On this day, as they receive their commissions, as they take their rightful place as leaders in the service to which they have been assigned, bless and protect them ever from all harm. Bless also all those that love them and are looking on even now with deep pride and affection. Give them the rich satisfaction of knowing that without their crucial contributions, this day would not have come for the midshipmen they call their own. Finally, gracious Lord, bless our country. Grant that it may ever serve as a beacon of light in a world of encroaching darkness. We pray this in your holy name. Amen.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the 63rd Superintendent of the United States Naval Academy, Vice Admiral Sean S. Buck.
Welcome, Vice President Harris, Secretary Harker, General Berger, Admiral Gilday, family, friends, but most importantly, welcome, class of 2021. Let me be the first to congratulate you. Today is your day. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to be here, looking out at all of you and your loved ones here in Navy and Marine Corps Memorial Stadium today. So much work has been done behind the scenes to make commissioning week run smoothly and safely, and to set up this beautiful ceremony under unprecedented circumstances this year. I'd like to take a brief moment to thank our dedicated faculty and staff, the Naval Academy Athletic Association, the Blue Angels, the class of 1971, this year's Link in the Chain class, and our very own Naval Academy Band for putting on a fabulous ceremony this year for our graduates. How about a round of applause for all those folks? To the moms and dads, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, cousins, grandparents, sponsor moms and dads, all friends here today, thank you. Thank you sincerely for your unwavering and your everlasting support of the men and women that are assembled here on the field today. As an academy and a military service that relies heavily on tradition and heritage to guide what we do, there are a few Naval Academy classes that can claim to have borne witness to such sudden and profound change during their time in Annapolis as the class of 2021 has. This past year, there was no relying on the way things have always been done. 21 had to step up and lead the brigade through uncharted territory with limited information at times, often limited resources, and no precedent to accomplishing the mission under any of those conditions. I could not be more proud of the way they managed to thrive this past year despite those circumstances and lead the brigade through a very successful year. Class of 21, within the hour, each of you will raise your right hand and take an oath to defend the Constitution. That action and that promise will bind you to every Naval Academy graduate that has come before you and every graduate that will follow. 100 years ago, as the class of 1921 prepared to take the same oath, Admiral William Sims, class of 1880, and former commander of U.S. Naval Forces Europe during the First World War, submitted some words of advice for inclusion in the class of 1921's yearbook, The Lucky Bag. Sims wrote, and I quote, "A position in the Navy is not an occupation, it's a trust. Your obligation is to prepare yourself for responsible duties upon the successful discharge of which may someday depend on the welfare of our community and our country. A lifetime is not too long for this preparation. If deferred until you reach a position of responsible command, it will be too late," unquote. A century later, these words still ring true because the solemn obligation we take on as Naval Academy graduates has not changed a bit. Over the last 4 years, you all have worked tirelessly to prepare your mind, body, and spirit for the challenges that lie ahead. But this is just the beginning. Naval Academy graduates have distinguished themselves throughout history in peacetime and in war because they have not shied away from the diligent and constant preparation that's necessary to perform instinctively, honorably, and successfully when the stakes are at their highest. Take your oath today with knowledge that you have a strong foundation which to continue your journey as Navy and Marine Corps officers. Your nation is counting on you, class of 21. Your Naval Academy family is proud of you. We look forward to seeing what you will accomplish in the days, months, and years ahead. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Acting Secretary of the Navy, the Honorable Thomas W. Harker.
Vice President Harris, General Berger, Admiral Gilday, Superintendent Buck, friends, family, thank you for honoring us with your presence. And Bravo Zulu, Navy Academy Class of 2021. Congratulations on all that you've accomplished so far and all that you will do for our country. Earning a commission from this institution is never easy, but your academy experience has come with a unique set of trials. The COVID-19 pandemic has challenged your leadership and determination at every turn. You found a way forward, sharpening the edge of the brigade in the face of adversity. That's adaptation and innovation. That's the nature of our business, and that's what this institution is all about. You've been trained to question assumptions, to think with agility, to solve the problems in front of you, and lead others to do the same. Along the way, you'll make mistakes, as will those you command. When I was a young Coast Guard officer, my CO gave me the opportunity to bring our cutter alongside the pier. And since this is a sea story, I could go into a lot of detail about the strength of the winds off the dock, the current that was pushing the stern away, and the fact that the Coast Guard ties up our ships without the assistance of tugs. But suffice it to say that at one point we were rubber banding on line 2, and I put the bow of the ship right into the pier and sent concrete flying everywhere. Needless to say, the base commander who was on the pier waiting for us had some choice expletives for us. But my CO didn't relieve me. He could have easily given the con to a department head or the XO or someone else who could have finished the evolution, but he let me keep struggling and let me persevere through it until we had all 4 lines across and secured the engines. That was the first time I'd had a CO do that in my year on board the ship who let me make those mistakes. It was the CO's first time tying the ship up at our home port, and he allowed that to happen. That was leadership. I never forget the lessons I learned that day, and I've always tried to give others the same opportunity to learn that my CO gave me. There is no better teacher than failure. Learn from your mistakes and give those you lead the opportunity to make their own mistakes when the stakes are low. That's how you build the experience and confidence to handle tomorrow's challenges. And we know that you'll be ready. Today, you're going to receive 2 documents, a degree and a commission. Your degree is a personal achievement. It signifies the academic skill you've shown at one of our nation's top research and education institutions. It declares you have the drive, creativity, and intellect to solve problems. Draw on that spirit throughout your career. Reimagine and reinvent our Navy and Marine Corps to protect our future. It's your fleet. Enjoy it every day, because the second document you'll get today is your commission. That's a reflection of the special trust and confidence placed in you directly by the President of the United States. The most important judge of whether you're worthy of that trust will be you. Your internal voice is a barometer calibrated here on the yard. Carry that voice on deck and ashore, fine-tuning it throughout your career. Conduct yourselves in a manner worthy of that trust, even when no one is looking. From the moment you set on foot on board your first command, you'll be responsible for others, sailors, Marines, and their families. Decisions you make will impact the lives of those entrusted to lead. You have much to teach, but you also have much to learn, particularly from your chiefs and non-commissioned officers. Listen to your people. Give them the power to speak up and fix the problems in front of them. Make sure they have care for their mental health as much as their physical health. I know from experience how important counseling and care can be. In February of 1993, the Haitian ferry vessel Neptune sank with 2,000 people on board. Ship I was on went to do recovery about 36 to 48 hours after the vessel sank. Unfortunately, we were not there to save any people. However, we had the task of recovering the bodies. It was a horrific experience, and after an experience like that, no one wanted to have counseling or relive what we did. We just wanted to go home. But I'll always be grateful for the fact that leadership sent us into Guantanamo Bay and flew down psychologists, psychiatrists, members of the clergy, and others to talk to us about the experience, to work through our emotions and enable us to move forward. We didn't go home. We went back on patrol, and we finished out our tour. It was the most important port call I ever had, and I'm convinced that it continues to help me to this day. In the course of your service, you, your peers, and your subordinates will see and experience things most Americans won't even dream of. That's what you volunteered to do. But don't shelve those experiences away. Reach out, talk to somebody, and encourage your people to do the same thing. Your leadership can break the stigma and get the sailor and Marine or military family the help they need. Lead by example at all times when it comes to the critical issues facing our people. Take action to eliminate sexual harassment and sexual assault. Those 2 things are a scourge on our service. Take the time to mentor, reach out, and foster inclusion and opportunity. We are counting on you to lead because you are the finest leaders that our nation has ever created. To every ensign and second lieutenant here and all of the families at your side, thank you for your service and welcome to the fleet. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 49th Vice President of the United States, the Honorable Kamala Harris.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Acting Secretary Thomas Harker, General David Berger, Admiral Mike Gilday. Looking out at these midshipmen, I know we are all filled with pride. Vice Admiral Sean Buck, Captain T.R. Buchanan, faculty and staff, thank you for educating such a fine crew. Alumni, thank you for the support you have shown over these years to this great institution. And to my military aide, Lieutenant Colonel Frank Macniak, who graduated in 2004, I am very proud to have you with me here today. Family and friends of these graduates, thank you for the sacrifices you have already made and will make. And I also want to acknowledge Kim and John Johnson. Your son was taken far too soon, and I promise you that he will not be forgotten. And finally, to the class of 2021, congratulations. Congratulations. And look how far you've come. So you endured 0530 PT and Prono exams. You excelled on athletic fields and in academic exercises. You enjoyed the fair at Dillo's. I know. Karaoke at Harvest. You guys rolled up your sleeves and you got vaccinated and you made it to this day. You made it to this day. And this day that is not only a commencement, this day that is a commissioning. And in a few minutes, you will take an oath. And it's actually the same oath I took as Vice President. An oath to support our Constitution and defend it against all enemies. An oath that has its roots in the founding of our nation. And no matter what changes in our world, the charge in this oath is constant. Remember that as you walk out into the world, because the world you all are walking into is rapidly changing. In fact, we are at a significant turning point. Just look at the last several months, and you know what I'm talking about. And look at several moments in our nation's history for perspective. Think about it. There was the world before the stock market crashed in 1929, and the world after. The world before the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, and the world after. The world before the Civil Rights Act in 1964, and the world after. The world before the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, and the world after. At some of these critical moments, our nation was compelled to take a hard look at both our priorities and our preparedness. And another turning point was September 11th, 20 years ago this year. when airplanes hit the Twin Towers and our Pentagon, when Flight 93 crashed in Pennsylvania. That day shaped your entire life, and it shaped our entire nation. It tested our systems, our structures, our very standing in the world. Well, midshipmen, we are now entering the next era. A new age, a new epoch with its own tests, with its own challenges, and with its own opportunities. The global pandemic, you see, of course, has accelerated what was happening before, and it has accelerated our world into a new era. It has forever impacted our world. It has forever influenced our perspective. And if we weren't clear before, we know now, our world is interconnected. Our world is interdependent. And our world is fragile. Just think, a deadly pandemic can spread throughout the globe in just a matter of months. A gang of hackers can disrupt the fuel supply of a whole seaboard. One country's carbon emissions can threaten the sustainability of the whole Earth. This, midshipmen, is the era we are in, and it is unlike any era that came before. So the challenge now, the challenge before us now, is how to mount a modern defense to these modern threats. So let me share with you, for example, a personal experience. A few years ago, when I was in the United States Senate, I visited the USS Scranton. It was outside of San Diego, California. And at the time, I was also a member of the Senate Intelligence Committee. So when I was aboard the vessel, I asked the officers, I said, hey, tell me, what does it take to protect such a valuable asset against cyber attacks? And they told me, you know, it's pretty simple. Equipment and experts. Well, the way I see it, midshipmen, you are those experts. On the issue of cybersecurity, foreign adversaries have their sights set on our military technology, our intellectual property, our elections, our critical infrastructure. The ransomware attack by criminal hackers earlier this month, well, that was a warning shot. In fact, there have been many warning shots. So we must defend our nation against these threats. And at the same time, we must make advances in things that you've been learning. Things like quantum computing and artificial intelligence and robotics and things that will put our nation at a strategic advantage. And you will be the ones to do it. You will be the ones to do it because the United States military is the best, the bravest, and the most brilliant. And just think, from walkie-talkies to the internet to satellite navigation, the United States military has been on the forefront of research, development, and technological advancement. That is a point of American pride. And as I look out at all of you, I know you will build on that leadership. And then, of course, there is climate change, which is a very real threat to our national security. And I look at you, and I know you are among the experts who will navigate and mitigate this threat. You are ocean engineers who will help navigate ships through thinning ice. You are mechanical engineers who will help reinforce sinking bases. You are electrical engineers who will soon help convert solar and wind energy into power, convert solar and wind energy into combat power. And just ask any Marine today, would she rather carry 20 pounds of batteries or a rolled up solar panel? And I am positive she will tell you a solar panel, and so would he. The American people are depending on you, the best, the bravest, the most brilliant. We saw this during COVID-19 when Americans watched how members of our military helped vaccinate our nation. Because you know biological threats like pandemics and infectious diseases are yet another threat in this era, and you are confronting this threat. Our military helped develop the technology that made the vaccine possible. Naval researchers also figured out how to use 3D knitting machines to make masks. Naval labs monitored the spread of the disease, and the Marine Corps and the Navy are leading on making the connection between the pandemic and medical readiness of our fighting forces for the future. Class of 2021, you are prepared for all of this. You are prepared for any threat, and you are prepared for this new era. And it is not only because of the knowledge and the skills you gained here, or those you will continue to learn, but it's because of something more. It's because of who each of you is. It is because of who collectively you are. So as I conclude today, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about you. As Vice President, I've come to know the United States Navy quite well. Every day, in fact, I'm surrounded by sailors and Marines, and your tradition and your history. And I mean that literally. So I often travel on Marine 2. In fact, that's how I arrived today. My residence is on the grounds of the United States Naval Observatory. My West Wing office features a desk built by Seabees from timbers of the USS Constitution. My ceremonial office was once occupied by the Secretary of the Navy. And displayed there, I have placed the shoulder boards of your brigade commander, Midshipman Sidney Barber. And so here's what I know. Midshipman, you are tireless. You are ambitious. You are a fierce fighting force. You are idealists in the truest sense. You are the embodiment of American aspiration. So hold on to that. Because in your career, you may witness some of the worst of humanity, but promise that you will never forget the best of who we are, that you will never forget the ideals you stand for: duty, honor, loyalty. Fight for those ideals and fight for our democracy. And remember, our Constitution is not only something to defend, it is a guide. It is a guide for your service. It begins with 3 simple words: we the people. Not I, we. Our nation was designed to be a team sport, and we are in this together. So, finally, I'll just share with you, on my way to the stadium this morning, I stopped by the cemetery to pay my respects to my dear former colleague, a great and courageous American, Senator John McCain. And yes. So most people don't know, he wanted to be buried next to his best friend, who he met on the yard, Admiral Chuck Larson. That is the ultimate example of what I mean. In it together. So midshipmen, throughout our history, officers in the United States Navy, officers in the United States Marine, have risked everything to defend our freedoms. Today, you will swear to do the same. You are the next links in the chain. And so, midshipmen, when you stand to take the oath, I want you to know that as we embark on this new era, President Joe Biden and I, our entire nation, have great faith in you, and we are proud of you. So very, very proud. Congratulations again. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
The Academic Dean and Provost of the United States Naval Academy, Dr. Andrew T. Phillips.
Successfully completing the requirements and demands of a Naval Academy education is no small task. From I-Day to today, it's a steady dose of challenges, ranging from academic to athletic to leadership and character development. I have no doubt that each of you has been challenged, perhaps in ways that you never thought you would, or to levels that you never thought you could achieve. But you did, and we congratulate each of you for doing so. To the families and friends of these soon-to-be Naval Academy graduates and officers, these soon-to-be ensigns and second lieutenants, and to the faculty and staff here today as well, I would like to thank you and congratulate you as well. The rare graduate is the one who never needed the support of family and friends and faculty mentors. These graduates, like the tens of thousands before them, have depended on your support and encouragement, and you were there for them when they needed it the most. I know you are proud of their success, and we are most grateful to you for your role in that success. Graduates, please rise. Admiral Buck, on behalf of the United States Naval Academy, I present these candidates for the baccalaureate degree and recommend that this degree be conferred upon them.
As you have successfully completed your course of study at the United States Naval Academy and have been recommended by the Academic Board as Superintendent of the United States Naval Academy and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Congress of the United States, I confer upon each of you the baccalaureate degree with all rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. Congratulations.
Please be seated. The 38th Commandant of the Marine Corps, General David H. Berger, United States Marine Corps, will administer the oath of office to those being commissioned in the United States Marine Corps. General Berger, I present 275 midshipmen of the graduating class to be commissioned in the United States Marine Corps.
Captain Buchanan, thank you. And Admiral Buck, it is a great personal honor to be here this afternoon or this morning, so I thank you for inviting me and allowing us to be, the CNO and I, to be a part of the ceremony. And I just got to tell you before I start, if you could watch the Blue Angels like 100 times, but when they come over like they did this morning, it makes you feel pretty good to be an American, so thank you very much. Today is a great day to be a Marine. You should be proud of what you have accomplished. If you listen to Acting Secretary Harker, he's talked about last year and how it challenged your leadership and your determination, but you answered the call, if you heard his words. We all recognize it has not been easy, but you answered the call. All of us are extremely proud of you. I am extremely proud of you and the voluntary choice that you made, because you had other choices. I do not know of a higher calling than wearing the cloth of this nation. It is not good enough to get there fast. It's not good enough to show up first. It's not good enough just to be ready to fight. You must win. Every time, without exception. And the reason for that is that combat is unforgiving. There are no alibis, there are no second chances. Marines are unique. We are different. We are not like everyone else. We are warriors. We are serious military professionals. And every Marine is imbued with an appreciation for and an understanding of those Marines who have gone before us. General Gray, a former commandant, reminded us, each Marine is a living memorial to each past Marine. And that is the legacy that you carry on your shoulders. Personal conviction, courage, integrity, an ingrained sense of service to country, Corps, and your fellow Marines. These are the traits that distinguish you from all others. Much is expected of you, and you must demand more from yourself than others will demand of you. I am very confident that the 4 years here in Annapolis have adequately prepared you. So welcome to the team. Graduates to be commissioned in the United States Marine Corps, rise. Please raise your right hand. Having been appointed a second lieutenant in the United States Marine Corps to rank from 28 May 2021, do you hereby accept such appointment? And do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter, so help you God. Second lieutenants, seats.
The 32nd Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral Michael Gilday, United States Navy, will administer the oath of office to those being commissioned in the United States Navy. Admiral Gilday, I present 786 midshipmen of the graduating class to be commissioned in the United States Navy.
Thank you, Captain Buchanan, Madam Vice President, Mr. Secretary, General Berger, Admiral Buck. It's an honor to join you on the dais this morning. I congratulate our newest second lieutenants in the United States Marine Corps. Welcome to the fleet, shipmates. Class of 2021. Over the past 4 years, you've been tested mentally, physically, and spiritually. You've been instilled with wisdom and courage and stamina, and you've demonstrated incredible resilience and leadership during a global pandemic. Without a doubt, you're ready to join the most dominant naval force the world has ever known. You're joining the fleet at a time of immense competition across the globe, in the Western Pacific, in the Arctic Basin, and in the Middle East. The strategic landscape continues to change, but America's need for a strong Navy holds fast, just like it has since our nation's founding. For 245 years, our Navy has sailed over the horizon to deter conflict, to safeguard opportunity, and to keep any fight forward far away from our shores. Today, as we sit here, nearly 100 ships are forward deployed. Thousands of sailors are standing the watch on, under, and above the seas, protecting America and our allies and keeping the world safe and stable and secure. Our sailors are adapting every single day to remain ready, and they're able to adapt so quickly because of strong, principled leadership. Our sailors now look to you, Class of 21, for that leadership. They expect you to treat them with dignity and respect, to lead them with integrity, to be professionally competent, and to protect their health and safety, to cultivate a culture of trust and clear communication. Draw on everything you learned here on the banks of the Severn. In a few moments, you'll take the oath to support and defend our Constitution. Sailors and their families have endured tremendous sacrifices living up to this oath. Many have paid the ultimate price. Don't forget its words as you prepare to lead our sailors. I am proud of each and every one of you, and I look forward to seeing the impressive things that you'll do in our fleet. Graduates to be commissioned as ensigns in the United States Navy, rise. Raise your right hands. Having been appointed an ensign in the United States Navy to rank from 28 May 2021, do you solemnly swear you will support and defend the Constitution of these United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which you are about to enter. So help you God. Ensigns, welcome to this fleet. Seats.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we will graduate 1,085 men and women who have met the many challenges of 4 years at the Naval Academy. In addition to those you just saw commissioned into the Navy and Marine Corps, 1 midshipman will be commissioned into the United States Air Force, and 1 midshipman will be commissioned into the United States Space Force. The class of 2021 also includes 13 graduates from 13 nations around the world. At this time, we invite these international graduating midshipmen to stand when their name is called, along with members of their national delegation who are in attendance today. These graduates, whose national flags are flying above the memorial arches at the north end of the stadium, will return to their countries and serve with distinction in their armed forces or enter other government service. From the Arab Republic of Egypt, Hassan Abu Lenin. From the Federation of Malaysia, Ahmad Yusef Ahmad Azani. From Georgia, Gennady Shamugia. From the Kingdom of Thailand, Natdaran Karuwichaya. From the Republic of Honduras, Jose Quiros. From the Republic of Madagascar, Richi Ramananaj. From the Republic of Mauritius, Keroian Aling. From the Republic of Palau, Roniel Marcil. From the Republic of Panama, Mateus Giovanni Rudi. From the Republic of Peru, Cesar Andres Villalobos Mendoza. From the Republic of the Philippines, Doreen Rosalejos Lumacad. From Taiwan, Ping Yuan Huang. And from the United Mexican States, Jose de Jesus Mendoza Bravo. Thank you. Seats. Today's graduates join the more than 84,000 men and women who have graduated from the Naval Academy since its founding in 1845. As part of our graduation ceremony today, members of the Naval Academy class that preceded this year's graduates by 50 years will honor this continuing chain of Naval Academy graduates by presenting engraved ensign or second lieutenant uniform devices to the class of 2021. Several members of the class of 1971 are listed in your program and are here today to participate in this special recognition of Naval Academy graduates' contributions across the decades. Please join me in recognizing and applauding these distinguished graduates. Finally, before we begin introductions of individual graduates, I should remind you of an important Naval Academy tradition. The parents and friends of each graduate are invited to stand when that graduate's name is called. In that way, we can recognize your contribution to the achievement of these young men and women. As we prepare to present diplomas individually to the members of the class of 2021, there is one of our Naval Academy family who is most deserving of his diploma, but who cannot be here with us to accept it. In December of 2020, a mere 5 months ago, Midshipman First Class John Monroe Johnson passed away during the winter break. Midshipman Johnson was a Trident Scholar, an honors mathematics major, and had been selected to pursue naval special warfare as his future career path. Today, we honor his memory by posthumously awarding him his Bachelor of Science degree from the Naval Academy, as he would most certainly have earned along with his classmates. Midshipman Johnson's parents are in attendance today, and they will now be presented with his diploma by the Naval Academy Command Chaplain. Would you please join me in recognizing John Monroe Johnson, United States Naval Academy graduate of the class of 2021. Thank you. Please be seated. The Vice President will now present diplomas to those individuals graduating with distinction. Those members of the class of 2021 graduating with distinction, please rise. Ensign Thomas Michael Johnstone stands first in the class. William Quinn Frederick Olone. Matthew Casey Gilchrist. Michelle Gail Silver. Logan Riley Williams. Nicholas Hunter Walden. Joseph Bradley Wiedemann. Sean Francis Rodock. Lenning Alston Davis IV. Natalie Ann Shire. Matthew James McMillan. Laura Kelly Spratling. Caleb Anthony Vargo. Bradley Randolph Stevens. Alec Jeffrey Engel. Marco Collins McAvick. Thomas Matthew Molly. Daniel John Butchko. Jonathan Alexander Sewell. Lillian Grace Baker. Ryan John Chapman. Sophia Grazia D'Antonio. Philip Hunter Ross. James Edward Anthony. Alana Pauline Kozak. Samuel John Paparo III. Avery Selman Rotes Jr. Nicholas Eric Wiley. Robert Edward Schrader IV. Corwin Wesley Stites. Alexander Tate Leland. Andrew Benjamin Walsh. Madeline Isabella Prince. Christian Owen Daniel. Jacqueline Noel McNullah. Zachary Dale Nygaard. Abigail Louise McCormick. Harrison Davis Foley. Ricardo Vincent Carrasco. Lillian No Usadi. Joseph Matthew Trechter. Preston William Rhodes. Patrick James Bishop. Micah Yehun O. Elizabeth Kate Gergel. Caitlin Chong-un Koo. Paul Xavier Kelly. Dallas Allen Elliston. Margaret Bray Zimmerman. Evelyn Blair Barretts. Michael Thomas Brinton. Daniel Patrick Midget. Michael Joseph Schnabel. Logan Robert McGuire. Alexander Carroll Richmond. Nathan Durant Hersum. Alexander Scott Douglas III. Jeremy Alexander Gerstein. Declan Charles Harrison. Nicholas Paul Gibblebecker. Haley Elizabeth McEwen. Hua Ching Anthony Su. Cooper R. Guzzi. Jared Joseph Cox. Isabella Faith Penkwitz. Jack Patrick Kinnear. Matthew Gray Beauchamp. Donald Michael Poirier. Matthew Christopher Peschick. Joshua Michael Dye. Eric Scott Wilson. Paul Martin Malatesta. Harry Ponter Fulton IV. Jonathan Taylor Lackey. Anthony Eugene Calvelli. Melinda Elizabeth Liao. William Webb Donahoe IV. Matthew Anthony Kittleson. Anna Catherine Duval. Spencer Danecourt Crispell. Anthony Michael Perry. Christina Marie Junjapunyan. Matthew Edward Elise. Lucas Mark Johnson. Catherine Grace Long. Michael Tyler Zimmerman. Matthew Nosakaye Gruninger. Andrew Kwok Yoy Tan. Crawford Michael Augustus Smith. Nicole Catherine Victory. Matthew Blake Jones. Evan Joseph Morris. Samantha Elizabeth Ori. Benjamin Matthias Lehman. Christopher Graham Dacre. Jared Nolan Lines. Liam Shaughnessy O'Connell. Nicholas Theodore Natali Scalise. Jotin Gian Kona. Jacob Chang Dewey. David James Foner. Sammy Addison Bang. Joshua Tanner McCarthy. Molly Susanna Swiger. Marcos Moises Valdez. Paul Thomas Xavier Chartung. Mary Margaret Poltrack. Oscar Edward Parmenter. And Corey Ross Scheidler. The Vice President, the Secretary of the Navy, the Commandant of the Marine Corps, the Chief of Naval Operations, the Superintendent, and the Commandant of Midshipmen will now present diplomas to members of the graduating class individually by company. Odd-numbered companies will receive their diplomas from my left, and even-numbered companies from my right.
From the first company, Sang C. Bay.
From the second company, Patrick R. Carter.
Hayden C. Bolt.
William J. Cheshire.
Ian M. Bowers.
Weston H. Clark.
Tyler H. Bradley.
Elijah E. Ellerman.
Andrew J. Buckley.
Peter E. Faber.
Benjamin L. Craycraft.
John A. Fang.
Christopher Gray Creed Jr.
Brooke E. Frosch.
Paul J. Deast.
Delfino Garcia.
Paul J. Fletcher III.
Jake M. Grady.
Sophia R. Gatzunis.
Jacob C. Haynes.
Joseph B. Greer.
Kristen E. Heinzel.
Haley L. Harms.
Stephen A. Hess.
Brody D. Jenkins.
Robert V. Hines III.
Howard R. Jones Jr.
Kane R. Hurt.
Madison L. Jones.
Caleb A. Isbell.
James J. Keneally III.
Emily M. Keast.
Joseph J. Letcher.
Jess A. Linetti.
Allison H. Lee.
Sarah H. Park.
Elijah J. Lugo.
Ann E. Penteleri.
Gavin Matisse.
William R. Ross.
Jordan D. McLaughlin.
Potter W. Siebels.
Wyatt M. Millard.
Franklin D. Shue.
Adam M. Moore.
Catherine E. Stujensky.
Donovan J. Murphy.
Michelle A. Therianos.
Nicholas G. Novak.
Grace E. Vandegrift.
David J. Ogus.
Madison G. Weiss.
Giovanni Pichardo.
Edward C. Shao.
Matthew S. Ransom.
From the fourth company, Gwenolyn G. Ahero.
Lindsay M. Tanner.
Carson L. Berry.
Caroline E. Thiel.
Bryce H. Biediger.
Andrew T. V. Waldron.
Madeline C. Cook.
Trey A. Widmeyer.
Colin M. DiPietro.
Bartholomew P. Wynn II.
Matthew H. Fonestock.
From the 3rd Company, Joseph G. Bandis.
Devin J. Flagg.
Jordan V. Barrios.
Carlos E. Gallardo Valle.
Benjamin S. Brown.
Christina A. Gonzalez.
Race A. Clausen.
Jackson T. Harris.
Cole M. Cooper.
Blake A. Hayden.
Melissa R. Cortese.
Raven S. Heath.
Dakota A. Kreider.
Maxwell J. Heathco.
Arthur J. Devine.
Claire L. Holmvik.
Joshua L. Gable.
Thomas P. Jacobson.
Allison M. Goodpaster.
Michael I. Kluger.
Thomas J. Goodridge.
Alexa R. Kozlina.
Nicholas S. Groney.
Timothy G. Lincoln.
Addison C. Hamilton.
Luke H. Lair.
Robert S. Heidemann.
Edward B. McGuire III.
Levi G. Hoffland.
Tristan Norman K. Marosco.
Grant C. Hooper.
Calvin H. McDonald.
Zane A. Coder.
Christopher E. Meacham.
Daniel K. Kim.
Colin J. Meehan.
Hazel J. Martinez.
Lily E. Myers.
Tanner M. Matthews.
Frank E. Ogden III.
Garrett J. Mitchell.
Chloe M. Owen.
Kendall S. Olander.
Tyler T. Periton.
Dewey M. Pendley.
Brittany L. Price.
Jacob A. Pignon.
Mason T. Rice.
Michael S. Porter.
Jacob A. Rose.
Robert W. Rowley IV.
Corey L. Swenson.
Dominic M. Restivo.
Jeffrey Q. Tran.
Abigail H. Richardson.
Kyle A. Tribus.
Ryan R. Schwind.
Katie J.
Joseph M. Sweeney.
From the 6th Company, Emily R. Bellavance.
Mason S. Wells.
Trevor D. Benetti.
Grace M. Zigaja.
Aiden D. Crouch.
From the 5th Company, Kiruian K. Aling.
Miranda Y. Dang.
Aaron J. On.
Nathan R. Dietrich.
Michael Brennan Jr.
Cole H. Dittemore.
Sydney E. Breyer.
Sean D. Elliott.
Victor A. Carrillo.
Stephen M. Gemmel.
Adam B. Estroff.
Megan V. Gertis.
Audrey M. D. Fernandez.
Austin M. Gronheim.
Ryan J. Franco.
Philip H. Hickman.
Brandon M. France.
Bryson R. Horn.
Joshua D. Greer.
Jacob W. Hudson.
Emery L. Harrington.
Attila C. Ilenyi.
Cassidy B. Hilton.
Paul R. Johnson.
Christopher T. Califoot.
Tyreek A. King-L.
Rigel T. Keller.
Caroline N. Kwan.
Luke K. Nolinger.
Elizabeth J. Liu.
Jalen A. Knowles.
Jake P. Miles.
Luke P. C. Kustra.
Caroline E. Neese.
Ryan J. Langmaid.
Chandler M. Porter.
Austin C. Lewis.
Emerson I. Pratt.
Robert W. Long.
Rachel M. Pearl.
James W. Love.
Spencer L. Reese.
Matthew D. Malone.
Stephen M. Shatinsky.
Christopher J. McLeod.
Michael R. Schubert.
Harvey H. Wynn.
Philip B. Smith.
Aaron J. Noller.
Anthony P. Stone.
Kyla A. O'Brien.
Wendy Tao.
Elizabeth C. Oviat.
Daniel P. Vela.
Zachary P. Rayborn.
Kira M. Willard.
Cameron D. Rouser.
Brandon J. Yu.
Tanner R. Schedule.
From the 8th Company, Joseph A. Aucoin.
Justin L. Smith.
Alana M. Baker.
Karsten A. Swenson.
Simeon M. Bowden.
John P. Tamus.
Samuel H. Bray.
Ross A. Woods.
Chala A. Brennan.
From the 7th Company, Jasmine D. Bishop.
Dean C. Caravela.
Michael A. Cabrera.
Quentin T. Cooper.
Jacob M. Foss.
Justin T. Desatels.
Colin M. Free.
Dawson C. Eldred.
Gregory W. Galbraith.
Micah K. Farrar.
Brian A. Garcia.
Brendan R. Henry.
Rick B. Goswan.
Andre E. Haishu.
Megan A. Gavel.
Titus R. Kilpatrick.
Ryan E. Grady.
Kyungwon Lee.
Jacob J. Hedrick.
Kira M. Lim.
Jonathan G. Hernandez.
Carter A. Lorenz.
Mark A. Humes Jr.
Allison C. Marsico.
Grant A. Junka.
Samantha L. Nassif.
Benjamin A. Johnson.
Brendan F. Riley.
Donald C. Jones Jr.
Andrew W. Wrights.
Brady C. Lorenz.
Carter J. Rowland.
Ann P. Maloney.
Justin P. Rosas.
Grace M. Marino.
Stefano G. Saragusa.
Jesus R. Mojica Jr.
Grace R. Sheehan.
Louisa Oni.
Kyle D. Wagner.
Jillian G. Pashnatala.
Rhett O. Welsh.
Christian A. Pearson.
Elizabeth B. White.
Samuel P. Rice.
Ward T. Wilkinson.
Justin J. Scroggin.
From the 10th Company, Colin S. Argue.
Maxwell T. Schumann.
Samuel H. Barge.
Matthew N. Siebold.
Julia A. Boykin.
Garrett Stocker.
Stephen W. Burrell.
Allison M. Taylor.
Madeline Choi.
Dylan J. Taylor.
McLean L. Crossley.
Samantha A. Worthy.
Jackson B. Ferguson.
From the 9th Company, Oluwatoni Adetasha Adewale.
Monte M. Guess.
Ian P. Bramblett.
Alexander R. Hernandez.
Graham S. Brothers.
Dean M. Hockman.
Jesse S. Carroll.
Connor J. Hayden.
Christopher J. Clark.
Jack Jun.
Christian M. Cochiti.
Kendall M. Johnson.
Haven M. Kofer.
Morgan E. Kane.
Jacqueline B. Domingo.
Joseph O. Kelly.
Parker Parker L. Ellis.
Adam C. Lance.
Ian P. Flynn.
Doreen R. Lumacod.
Max J. Gerber.
Jacob A. Lund.
Abhishek Gordy.
Lauren R. McDonald.
Jesse B. Hines.
Abigail R. McGinn.
Lauren I. Joyce.
Darby W. Meadows.
Bryce I. Kleinman.
Gabriel O. Edding.
Jason B. Cushy.
Robert K. Pekarik Jr.
Joshua S. Lawrence.
Scott C. Pierce.
Clayton A. Leap.
Justine A. Ransdell.
Sean B. Lieberman.
Gregory M. Robloth Jr.
Kevin D. McCarthy.
Antonia J. Sayers.
Jordan J. McDaniel.
Calvin S. Skipper.
Jacqueline N. Y. Pabalon.
Jocelyn Sosa.
Grace E. Santella.
Jackson S. South.
Michael D. Seymour.
Eric P. Spicer.
Sabrina O. Spracklin.
Kurt J. Stengel.
Kenneth J. Stelmack.
Andrew J. Swain.
Jacob P. Sundermeyer.
Allison K. Wade.
Ethan H. Volk.
John P. Winkler.
Chandler S. Washburn.
From the 12th Company, Jose G. Aguirre.
Serena A. Woodall.
Catherine E. Asaro.
From the 11th Company, Ryan M. Berry.
Rachel G. Ballou.
Caleb R. Buckley.
Clinton D. Brady IV.
Gianna A. M. Buenavista.
Matthew C. Brink.
Olivia M. DiCarlo.
Nicholas P. Derrico.
William A. Goldman.
Aiden A. Gelbach.
Timothy F. Griffin.
Philip W. Gustafson.
Caden Aaron Groff.
Cameron R. Hancock.
Corey J. Harding.
Alexis L. Harrell Parada.
Stephen J. Har.
James C. Hartley.
Grace F. Hatch.
Sean B. Hirock Jr.
Nicholas L. Jacobs.
Riley W. Hogan.
Ryan H. Kavalak.
Jennifer X. Iniguez.
Ryan H. Kohler.
Hyun Young Kim.
Austin R. LaRue.
Eva L. Knowles.
Sean P. Linden.
Michael R. Crone.
Christine M. McDonald.
Hyun Lee.
Reagan S. Miller.
Peter S. Meyer.
Ryan L. Mitchell.
Alina M. Michaels.
Hayden W. Montemora.
Luke J. Moffitt.
Sarah C. Morris.
Grace E. Rost.
Tyler J. Mulak.
Joseph J. Scaramazino Jr.
Rory H. Muldoon.
Kevin M. Sema.
Alexis A. Padar.
Jack C. Snauko.
Andrew M. Pagano.
Janelle L. Stewart.
Savannah L. Panko.
Austin M. Talbert Loving.
David R. Reed.
Stanley Z. White II.
Caleb Kainoa V. Ricafrente.
Clinton J. Williams.
Monet A. Salazar.
From the 14th Company, Hassan T. Abelenin.
Joe P. Tondera.
Chase A. Barlow.
Sydney W. Seth.
Blake F. Bizowski.
Benjamin Bale.
Christopher A. Bondarovich.
From the 13th Company, Christopher M. Bailey.
Kara E. Bradley.
Sydney A. Barber.
Christopher P. Cassidy.
Harrison M. Bleckley.
Cameron A. Chumley Sultani.
Jonathan P. Buck.
Charles E. Connolly.
Daniel J. Cook.
Jonathan F. Contreras.
Samuel A. Dever.
Sean T. Davis.
John C. Gale.
Jessica G. Ennis.
Kyle J. Gibbs.
Catherine O. Farrell.
Kevin C. Harris.
Sean M. Fitzgerald.
Ezra C. Itkowski.
Madison G. Floyd.
Alexa M. Jaquette.
Elizabeth A. Fugit.
Richard Ginn.
Eduardo I. Gomez.
Alvin L. Jordan III.
Claire L. Harrison.
Patricia C. Crisan.
Audrey G. Hollis.
Adam G. Cooper.
Thomas C. Irwin V.
Natdaran Kuruichaya.
Woodrow J. Jones.
Alexander M. Laraldi.
Jacob M. Kinnear.
Jack M. Lucy.
William A. Lewis.
Keone Cordell S. L. Makakau.
Sarah M. Merrill.
Aaron M. McCullough.
Nolan J. Paramore.
Tyler P. McGill.
Madeline R. Sangma.
Ariana C. McKenzie.
Thomas C. Savris.
Darius E. Wokike.
Noel G. Siroit.
Julian D. Olivares.
Chase R. Standage.
Margaret B. Peacher.
David C. Tegmeyer.
Zachary D. Robbins.
Marcus L. Wiggins Jr.
Jake M. Rotzler.
From the 16th Company, Morgan V. Bollinger.
Ryan J. Serrato.
Theodore G. Boskoff.
Andrea K. Sparks.
Sean P. Bowman.
Sarah V. St. John.
Michael D. Brooks.
Jackson T. Stallone.
Jeffrey A. Birch.
Dean P. Testerman.
Thomas P. Costello.
Grace Warren.
Brett D. Eckert.
From the 15th Company, Eric U. Aranda.
Kayla A. Eshelman.
Richard T. Brophy III.
Anna K. Farnan.
Justin M. Boudin.
Carolyn A. Foley.
Jacob J. Carlson.
Emma D. Foster.
Simon J. Chuang.
Paul J. Hamilton.
Jeremiah O. Cooney.
Grace C. Hove.
Cameron L. Douglas.
Won Jun Jong.
Megan D. Fields.
Josephine P. Koronak.
Nicholas H. Franchuk.
Jeffrey W. Lautrop.
Alec S. Grant.
Darby E. McGuire.
Max R. Hatcher.
Ryan W. McGannon.
Emma F. Heinrichs.
Brian J. McNamara.
Ann M. Jackson.
Yevgeny O. Meason.
Jessica N. Jenkins.
Hayden J. Mooring.
Timothy J. Johnson.
Jacob R. Paiva.
Sean T. Kelsey.
Charlotte A. Pierce.
Kendall R. Lewis.
John Paul J. Post.
Joseph A. McCabe III.
Benjamin R. Ryder.
Jessica M. Gavaro.
Marcus B. Sanders.
Amanda C. Montag.
Devin A. Sauerhoff.
Amanda J. Ramos.
Robert P. Saunders III.
Michael A. Sanchez.
Madison A. Scatoni.
Justin B. Self.
Braden S. Schuler.
Aaron N. Schaefer.
Nelson R. Smith.
Tara A. Storch.
Cody P. Spadero.
Connor M. Travis.
Carter W. Stout.
Colton S. Vandermeid.
Caitlin A. Thompson.
David R. Wall Jr.
Forrest Y. Wan.
Cade B. Wessel.
From the 18th Company, Joshua A. H. Andrews.
Zane M. Wilson.
Alexandra Ray Appel.
From the 17th Company, Samuel S. Cho.
James Matthew Arison V.
Lucas U. Dishart.
Allie Marie Batten.
Christina K. Dominowski.
Lorne C. Bierman.
Lindsay G. Donaldson.
Thea May G. Beltran.
Cheyenne S. Early.
Ian E. Blake.
Miles L. Fells.
Joseph T. Brock.
Rose C. Gasper.
Tristan M. Capoci.
Christina Magdalena G. Gibson.
Josiah D. Clare.
Jacob C. Gregory.
Amanda H. Sear.
Ezra M. Haddock.
Evan A. Doe.
Bryce J. Jones.
John A. Elkins.
Torrance Kang.
Jackson R. Franco.
Kian J. Kincaid.
Roscoe D. Gillum.
Douglas J. Kreitling.
Harrison P. Goodrich.
Robert M. Moore.
Kayla Amaya Hannibal.
Duncan T. Morris Jr.
Isabel Lynn Heinen.
Sarah L. Osborne.
Annie Elizabeth Imhoff.
Madeline C. Pruzan.
Caleb M. Kelly.
Denise A. Ramirez.
Jae-Young Kim.
Sean P. Ratty.
Ahmed W. Lashkar.
Harrison E. Ray.
Walker A. Lander.
Tyga J. Robb.
Skylar J. Mason.
James Richard Scowcroft.
Nathaniel J. O'Neill.
William Winthrop Sheldon.
Carolyn E. Peppard.
Jack D. Stanton Taddeo.
Matthew H. Pinney.
Grant Nolan Steiner.
Jacob T. Ramos.
Grant Scott Swift.
Augustin J. Solomon.
James Oliver Thigpen Jr.
Ryan J. Stark.
Cesar Andreas Villalobos Mendoza.
Peter S. Veltigen.
Amar Sai Vishwanathan.
From the 20th Company, Alexander A. Altenberg.
Maya A. White.
Shay L. Augie.
John A. Zemanek.
Andrew R. Baez.
From the 19th Company, Ron Joseph J. Babiera.
Jack F. Brosnan.
Connor M. Bayless.
Matthew Budson.
Bryce S. Beckish.
Joseph Carmona.
William A. Cadigan.
Anthony A. Chase Hill.
Yoon S. Cow.
Tyler G. Cox.
Noon C. Chin.
Ryan T. Duffy.
Dean W. Cole.
Elizabeth A. Farnan.
William T. Cowling III.
Knox D. Hall.
Cameron J. Davis.
Lauren G. Harrington.
Patrick J. Gallagher.
James M. Hollingsworth Jr.
Brendan R. Gloyd.
Cameron L. Jackson.
Benjamin N. Goldsberry.
Serena C. Johnson.
Joel B. Hobbs.
Tyler Y. Kim.
Aaron S. Holton.
Hunter J. Kowalski.
Cameron R. Kinley.
Ellen E. Lecker.
Camila A. Lamood.
Leyland T. Mockery.
Taylor E. Lang.
Justin L. Newell.
Jonathan C. Lee.
Hans E. Niestrath.
Camille M. Madian.
Robin J. O.
Jacob D. Martacci.
Richie A. Ramananandru.
Lauren N. Modica.
Leah M. Roach.
Jaron J. Peng.
Abby E. Runnels.
Juliana R. Pereira.
Alicia R. Santa Cruz Cernick.
Emily G. Root.
Stephen N. Thompson.
Michael J. Sager.
Jared B. Tor.
John G. Salcedo.
Jenna M. Vogler.
Melanie D. Simpson.
Ryan M. Warren.
Samantha L. Stearns.
Konstantinos E. Saharakis.
Garrett A. Tragarth.
From the 22nd Company, Harrison W. Bolt.
From the 21st Company, Franche N.P. Alray.
Axel J. Campos.
Ria V. Banodos.
Francisco J. Colon Ramos.
Derek D. Pertusi.
Jack D. Dunworth.
Daniel C. Bongiovanni.
Alec J. Ekman.
Braden G. Schmiel.
Nicholas J. Elikesh.
John M. Chrysler.
Gabriella M. Gordon.
Clado L. Davis II.
Santi P. Grossi III.
Ethan R. Fessler.
Garrett B. Hamilton.
Byron P. Gallagher III.
Lucas A. Heron.
Taylor J. Gigande.
Amy K. Huang.
Mitchell M. Givens.
Catherine E. Hoffman.
Michael E. Hamilton.
William S. Honecker.
Elizabeth R. Harvey.
Darian A. Isam.
Elijah R. Heiler.
Emmett X. Jenkins.
Grayson W. Hobbs.
Joshua H. Kim.
Daniel C. Jong.
Jung H. Kim.
Austin M. Collis.
Peyton X. Long.
Thomas E. Krug.
Madison A. Lozano.
Jill A. Larkin.
Laura T. Maliver.
Waju Lee.
Rongel I. Marcel.
Luke E. Leitner.
Claire E. Martinez.
Catherine V. McClanahan.
James R. Massey.
Katie A. Miller.
Kelly F. Milliken.
Amir Mohammed.
Turner R. Morse.
Dalen B. Morris.
Samuel E. Olden.
Charles J. Musto.
Dawson A. Oliver.
Tebichuku Okafor.
Audrey A. Park.
Carolyn E. Riggs.
Chase Parrish.
William P. Ryan III.
Madison J. Peterson.
Charles A. Schmidt.
Leonard J. Pick III.
Gendai Shamugia.
Eric B. Prudel.
Vincenzo Signorelli.
Barnab J. Segi.
Harley K. Stone.
Scout W. Schedule.
Noah W. Stovich.
Peyton T. Summer.
Mary Lynn Sullivan.
Luke C. Thomas.
Ryan P. Waters.
David J. Toussaint.
Valicia A. Watson.
Anna L. Walker.
From the 23rd Company, Tristan J. Anderson.
From the 24th Company, Melissa M. Allen.
Jared C. Casados.
Ryan B. Anderson.
Raul Castillo Jr.
Taylor M. Arbor.
Hannah N. Cutler.
Connor W. Asherle.
Elena B. De La Rosa.
Nicole B. August.
Joseph P. DeLira.
Maylee F. Biederman.
Ethan J. Dupree.
Derek A. Bryant.
Michael R. Foster.
Ryan C. Days.
Jonathan D. Gill.
Maxwell J. Dispaldo.
Cooper S. Halliday.
Jason T. Domke.
Juan A. Hendricks III.
Brandon M. Gore.
Adam C. Jennings.
Grace E. Graham.
Matthew S. Kaser.
Mackenzie L. Hirth.
Lisa E. Kilmer.
Pingwan Wang.
Evan L. Klatt.
Samuel S. Kim.
Juliana J. LaFrance.
Corey E. King.
Scott A. Long.
Khalil L. Kittredge Martinez.
Pablo M. Loza.
Jonathan R. Lentz.
Amy D. Lutchis.
Tina Lee.
Ashley T. Mangarella.
Patrick J. McKernan.
J. Eamon Morales.
Cameron E. Miller.
Justin K. Morgan.
Robert B. Osborne.
Sean E. Moriarty.
Jung Min Park.
Maeve L. Murphy.
Ana Maria Pasillas.
Peter J. Nestrowitz.
Dawson J. Podlina.
Brian Wynn.
Andrew J. Poole.
Michelle A. Renzi.
Quinn P. Snyder.
Martin D. Shobe.
Brent R. Schwartz.
Michael T. Stump.
Logan M. Treaser.
Connor E. Cease.
Dominic C. Wallace.
Emma J. Thompson.
Jason P. Watlington.
From the 25th Company, Haley C. Barlow.
George T. Williams II.
Alejandro J. Balo.
From the 26th Company, Jacob B. Abeda.
Mason H. Bennett.
Hazel A. Acosta.
Anya Bensing.
Sammy J. Adams.
Alexander L. Bowman.
Ashley N. Butterford.
Garrett K. Booth.
Emmett W. Davis.
Tanner J. Bauer.
Jade M. Despain.
Lorenzo A. Cardenas.
Jacob K. Fardy.
David B. Conger.
Howard E. Francis.
LaKayla D. DeShields.
Logan A. Franksman.
James J. Durden.
Claire M. Garcia.
Sophia T. Figueroa.
Christopher H. Grubel.
Evan A. Falkman.
Quentin L. Hovis.
Joseph A. Giannini III.
Nicholas M. Cartfit.
Clay P. Havens.
Holly E. Kerwer.
Ryan B. Hicks.
Jack Lawrence.
Nathaniel R. Huff.
Austin H. Lee.
Ramesh G. Kahadapitya.
Ray W. Meyer.
Stephen E. Landreth.
Leaf A. Mitchison.
Marina I. Lazarides.
John J. O'Neill.
Ryan J. Leonard.
Aiden L. Palmer.
Madison J. Manick.
Jose E. Quiros.
Karina T. Martinez.
Ryan D. Reagan.
Ryan P. McVeigh.
Cameron M. Reeves.
Lisa M. Morocco.
Herbert Z. Samel.
Michael C. Anoha.
Sierra J. Sawanda.
Simon A. Petch.
Samantha A. Webb Martin.
Lillian R. Rojas Powers.
Nico C. West.
Paul W. Slife.
Ethan S. Wheeler.
Logan J. Spilker.
Destiny Wong.
Alexander S. Tum.
Juliet Yu.
Jack Matanley Venden.
Andrew S. Zamitis.
Hannah Warren.
From the 28th Company, Mariano T. Amaro.
Lawrence J. Weinman.
Isaac I. Benani.
From the 27th Company, George C. Ashley III.
Madeline J. Bell.
Gina R. Bermudez.
Cameron M. Berger.
Janice I. Baradaran.
Chloe R. Bryan.
Brooke A. Bogdanovich.
Wiley M. Burns.
Caitlin E. Boyle.
Miranda R. Donato.
Michael B. Brunati.
Jack A. Eichin.
Richard D. Candia.
Benjamin L. Everett.
Alexander M. Cruz.
Jonathan Gabriel.
Michael P. Flowers.
Philip C. Gatmonton.
Matthew J. Friedel.
Kyle M. Hicks.
Wyatt D. Galloway.
Ty M. D. Horn.
Jonathan A. Goose Jr.
Emma M. Hutchinson.
Andrew L. Gregory.
Paul R. Jervis.
Kenneth L. Harris.
Jeremy P. Johnson.
Mary McClellan H. Hess.
Matthew G. Lewis.
Christian John Takeo Lagat.
Alec J. Lohr.
Robert Freeman Lee.
Brock M. Martin.
Kelvin Lee.
Michael A. McMahon.
Alec Q. Lockhart.
Joshua P. Miller.
Hannah M. Lyon.
Andrew W. Mitchell.
Jacob E. Mandish.
Patrick J. Murray.
George Allen Martin III.
Gregory C. Nelson II.
Austin L. McWhirter.
Sarah M. Wynn.
Matthew J. Mishler.
John W. Norton.
Edward R. Murphy.
Jonah T. Ong.
Alexander M. Peralta.
Dylan E. Panizzo.
Vanessa Perez.
Megan M. Reardon.
Jackson H. Perkins.
Ryan S. Rodriguez.
John F. Reynolds III.
Alexander M. Brudison.
Sophia Z. Schramm.
Mateus G. Rudy.
Helena G. Sejas.
Geraldine M. Scholl.
Grace R. Stevens.
Daniel Ternowski.
Kevin M. Streel.
Mary Margaret C. West.
Zachary P. Swindell.
Emily C. Woomer.
Celine J. Tanous.
From the 30th Company, Ahmad Yusuf bin Ahmad Azani.
Madia H. Tomani.
Jared T. Arlett.
Joshua J. Torres.
Logan G. Book.
Paul H. Wagoner.
Yvonne A. Chavez.
From the 29th Company, Joseph W. Byrne.
Kevin T. Clymer.
Gregory M. Cameron.
Casey J. Cobb.
Alejandro Carriazo.
Kyle M. Cortez.
Rebecca H. Chan.
Emily M. Craig.
Kiernan H. Coburn.
Kaylin W. Crane.
Armani T. Courtney.
Philip R. Dulkey.
Alfonso M. Dermenziev.
Riley R. Domler.
Thomas P. Dias.
Chelsea L. Edwards.
Henry P. Futch.
Manrique A. Gagnon.
Lucas Goebel.
Nicholas W. Hogan.
Catherine M. Hawks.
Kalala L. Jennings.
Aaron N. Hare.
Justin K. Jew.
Kala L. Hilliard.
William D. Kane.
Timothy S. Kim.
Travis D. Keller.
Pavel T. Klatka.
Aslan R. Kulich.
Ashley D. Koenig.
Elijah Y. Lake.
Hernando Manrique Jr.
Jordan M. McGinnis.
Andrew J. McKenna.
Patrick R. McInerney.
Tequez S. McRae.
Tyler A. Parsons.
Jose de Jesus Mendoza Bravo.
Gregory M. Palmatier.
Mitchell K. Moninger.
Connor A. Rooney.
Alexis Y. Pack.
Alan C. Sand.
Liliana R. Perez.
Maria R. Satry.
Austin T. Pierce.
Jeanette K. Stearman.
Vincent O. Potente.
Maurice Trammell.
Brooklyn D. Pritchard.
Emma E. Tumbas.
Andrew F. Rutledge III. John D. Schoenwolf. Joseph L. Sereda. Cody J. Tribus. Christopher M. Vincent. Delana M. Wiesen. Minor R. Wetzel.
Midshipman Cameron Kinley, President of the Class of 2021.
Before I address our amazing class of 2021, I would like to take the time to honor our fallen brother, John Monroe Johnson. John was the definition of a model midshipman, a Trident Scholar, Navy and Marine Association Leadership Award recipient, but most importantly, a loving classmate. He is missed dearly, and his spirit will forever live through the class of 2021. Would you please join me in a moment of silence for John Johnson? Thank you. I'm not telling you that it's going to be easy. I'm telling you that it's going to be worth it. These were the words that my grandfather, a retired Navy chief, shared with me right before I entered the Memphis airport to take my flight to Annapolis in the summer of 2017. Good afternoon, Vice President Harris, Secretary Harker, General Berger, Admiral Gildy, Vice Admiral Buck, distinguished guests, friends, family, faculty, staff, and our link in the chain, the class of 1971. Thank you all for sharing this memorable and life-changing moment with us. On behalf of the great class of 2021, let me express my deepest gratitude for having the privilege to address you all today. As I stand before you, 4 years later, I truly understand what my grandfather meant by his words when he said that it would be worth it. Madam Vice President, it is truly an immense honor and pleasure to have you with us today. You are a trailblazer, setting your sights high and diligently working to reach those heights. You have shown many that through hard work, there is no dream that you can't achieve. As my fellow midshipmen and I journey into uncharted waters, your light will be an inspiration to us all. Would you please join me at the podium to accept this gift on behalf of the class of 2021? Thank you for the example you have set. God bless you as you continue to help lead our great nation. In the words of the iconic Denzel Washington, show me a successful individual and I will show you someone who had real positive influences in his or her life. During our time at the Academy, we've had the privilege to come across many esteemed leaders and mentors that have heavily impacted our experiences. I would now like to take the time to honor 3 distinguished individuals who will join the class of 2021 as honorary graduates. Our first honorary graduate is retired Marine Corporal Cal Carpenter, a Medal of Honor recipient who embodies courage. During our youngster year, we heard from Corporal Carpenter through a 4-star lecture. His story involves 5 seconds of action when he jumped on a grenade in order to save the life of a fellow Marine. The explosion left his body severely injured, yet Corporal Carpenter was able to survive after spending 5 weeks in a coma. That day serves as his alive day. Each day since, Corporal Carpenter has emphasized that helping those around us is what makes life meaningful. We hope to follow his selfless example and build a life that merits fighting for. Our second honorary graduate is Lieutenant Johnny Kim. You can do anything you set your mind to. Our parents often reminded us of this growing up. Navy SEAL, Harvard-educated doctor, NASA astronaut, Lieutenant Johnny Kim is a living embodiment of this phrase. He has spoken to the Korean American Midshipman Club, served as a keynote speaker at our leadership conference, and he was a special guest in Late Night with Luce Hall, virtual discussions designed to encourage and motivate midshipmen. Lieutenant Kim finds strength in hardship as he understands that failure is necessary for growth. He also frequently emphasizes the importance of fostering a silent, professional mentality that stipulates quiet, modest accountability. It is our goal to emulate Lieutenant Johnny Kim's humility and commitment to service. And last but not least, our third honorary graduate is Major Thomas Schumann, an English instructor and Marine mentor who manifests the fighter leader and warrior scholar inside all of us. Whether it be through his time as the officer in charge of Leatherneck, the officer rep for the infantry skills team, In his classroom or through his insightful Instagram posts, Major Schumann has mentored many soon-to-be warfighters. We all strive to match Major Schumann's character, excellence, and compassion. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating our 3 undergrad graduates to the class of 2021. There is no way that one can make it through this institution alone. Sometimes you have people who are actively walking beside you, while many other times you have those who work behind the scenes. To our link in the chain, the class of 1971, thank you for your constant support and encouragement for the class of 2021. Whether it be watching us place the cap on top of Hernan, donating class rings to be melted down into ours, or helping us celebrate service assignments, you were there, and today, you are here. While there is no way that we can repay you, we will be sure to replicate the same energy when it comes time for us to sponsor the great class of 2071. Thank you. To the class of 2022, I'm so sorry. I truly am. I know that it is very unfortunate to come after such an amazing class as us, but the torch is now yours. An important lesson that I've learned at the Academy is the importance of focusing on controlling the controllable. During your time here, you will deal with a lot of uncertainty, but no matter the situation, you always have the ability to control your attitude and your effort. Choose to be the light at all times. Regardless of what billet you hold, the classes under you will be looking your way. Build the bridge for them. Make sure you lead by example, but more importantly, lead with humility. Your legacy will not be solely measured by your accomplishments, but rather by the impact that you left on the lives of others. A well-known rapper by the name of Aubrey Graham once said, "Sometimes it's the journey that teaches you a lot about your destination." Class of 2021, needless to say, it's been a journey. I think back to where this journey all began. 6 o'clock in the morning, crust still in our eyes, no food in our stomachs, turf beads on our arms, grinding our hearts out on Rip Miller Field. It was during this time where we would first hear the famous words of Major Antonelli. "Get comfortable being uncomfortable, 21. And while those words were very applicable during plebe summer, we would have no idea how fitting they would become during our last year and a half spent here at the Naval Academy. We've had to endure as much, if not more, than any other class to come through this storied institution. I wouldn't change anything about that. We persevered. We met adversity face to face and continued to move forward despite all of the trials and tribulations that we encountered. This is why I'm proud to be a member of the class of 2021. It is easy to lead when everything is going well. However, true leaders are discovered when their backs are against the wall in the midst of struggles and yet still find a way to power through. And while it is still so easy for us to think about what we missed out on and what we've lost, it is more important for us to focus on what we've experienced and through that, what we've gained. Such as the refined focus that you pick up when trying to walk down Stribling on an icy morning, or the resiliency gained from all the countless all-nighters pulled for your marking period exams. Shout out to all the energy drinks. Without them, we wouldn't be here today. I know we are all thankful for the priceless friendships developed from our time in the hall, the valuable lessons learned from hearing speakers address the brigade, such as Senator John McCain or Secretary James Mattis, and the many memories from nights spent in downtown Annapolis. Well, the ones that we can remember at least. Here at the Naval Academy, the mission is to develop midshipmen morally, mentally, and physically. Class of 2021, we've excelled in all three areas. I will now highlight some of the notable achievements from our class to showcase the talent that we have. This past semester, Sydney Barber of Lake Forest, Illinois, became the Naval Academy's first ever female African American to serve as brigade commander. William Quinn Olone of Prospect, Kentucky, was awarded the Marshall Scholarship. Over 1,100 candidates competed for the scholarships, and only 46 were awarded. This highly competitive academic scholarship provides up to 2 years of undergraduate study at a United Kingdom university. Lillian Usadi of Baskin Ridge, New Jersey, was selected as the Naval Academy's 53rd Rhodes Scholar. Over 950 applicants were endorsed by 288 schools, and only 32 scholarships were awarded. This prestigious scholarship provides up to 3 years of study at the University of Oxford in England. Lillian is also one of 16 Trident Scholars in the class of 2021. Natalie Shire of Walton, Nebraska, was named a Knight Hennessy Scholar. More than 8,000 candidates competed for one of the 76 scholarships awarded. Natalie is also one of our 16 Trident Scholars. Cameron Davis of Battlefield, Missouri, shout out to the roomie. Lucas Heron of Batavia, Ohio, and Micah Zimmerman of Monmouth Beach, New Jersey, were selected for the MIT Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution Joint Masters in Oceanography program. We have many others pursuing postgraduate opportunities at schools such as Princeton, UPenn, Cambridge. We have tons of Bowman Scholars, Patriot League champions, all conference honorees. I could go on and on. I'm so glad that we can celebrate these successes together, but the work is not over. In fact, it is merely just beginning. It is now time for us to answer a greater call, one that you cannot be SIQ or go on chit to get out of. After graduation, we must strive to keep learning so that we can keep growing, so that we can keep leading. As a class, our potential is limitless. Whether you go on to be an admiral or a general, a doctor or a lawyer, a CEO or the president, I am confident that the class of 2021 will take everything that we learned during our time here at the Academy and not only leave our mark on the United States of America, but on this world as a whole. We each arrived here from different walks of life. Some of us former valedictorians, student body presidents, star athletes, the list goes on. However, we all leave here the same, commissioned officers in the United States Navy and the United States Marine Corps. We swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution, a document that exists to form a more perfect union. This is an ongoing work that we cannot sit around and wait for someone else to accomplish. We are the change that we seek. As we prepare to go out and change the world, keep the words of Dr. Samuel Dubois Cook in mind. Have a vision of excellence, dream of success, and work like hell. God bless you and thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end of today's ceremony, please rise for the singing of Navy Blue and Gold. Please be seated. The class secretary of the class of 2022, Midshipman Rory Cox.
Members of the classes of 2022, 2023, and 2024, please rise. I propose 3 cheers for those about to leave us. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Thank you. Please be seated.
Class of 2021, please rise. I propose 3 cheers for those we leave behind. Hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip.
Here's Tone.